My friends, how are you? It is fantastic to see you for yet another video. And if you were watching yesterday's video and paying attention to what happened right here on this channel, you may have witnessed one of the most glorious moments in internet history that the world has ever seen, because the response that we got yesterday in the comment section was just absolutely insane. And I want to talk about that today instead of what's going on in the world, because what I'm going to talk to you about in this video does matter and is a very important thing, I think, in the grand scheme of things. And I gotta be honest, I kind of checked out from the news today. I just have kind of had enough. And I guess I'm gonna bitch for just a second here, but is anybody getting tired of getting fucking clickbaited everywhere on the internet? I know I bitched about it just a couple days ago, kind of making fun of it, but when you're trying to get through stories and figure out what you want to talk about today, it's getting increasingly hard to figure out what the fuck to look at, because everything out there says, you know, Donald Trump just got explosive news that just ended his term, and you go, my God, that sounds huge. That sounds like a big fucking deal. Let me go check on it. And it's always just like this minor fucking thing. And I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, it's just driving me nuts at this point that I'm about to head my ass back to like the legacy media, as they call it, and just listen to a bunch of boring fucking broadcasters just tell me what the fuck is going on so that I can formulate an opinion. So my own form of protest today, I just checked out of the news fucking completely and decided to talk about this big topic that we have going on today. So let me explain. Yesterday I was fucking around in my videos like I am prone to do sometimes. I remember when this channel was very small, and I would kind of have a little bit of a playful banter back and forth with a viewer that had said something to me. I would address a viewer's comment directly in the video and all that stuff. And I was told that if I keep interacting with my audience in this way and not being a professional YouTuber that basically disregards the fact that he has an audience, that this channel was going nowhere and I was never going to do anything, and I needed to get my shit together. And I just don't have that in me. I'm kind of here for the interactions, if I'm being honest, having people to talk to. I've been locked in this fucking truck for years, right? So that's kind of how we got here today, because I am responding to the massive response of yesterday's comment section. So like I said, I was fucking around because the MAGA dorks, I infuriate them. I absolutely piss these people off, and I don't give a fuck. But they have decided on a new strategy, a new plan of attack to, I don't know, hurt my feelings or whatever, I guess. I don't know, because I do have feelings, I do have emotions, I'm a human, but I'm nowhere near as emotional as the MAGA movement. My feelings don't get hurt near as easy as theirs do. It's a very emotional political movement. It's quite sad when you think about it, but let's not forget that they're also fascist, so it's not that fucking sad. But their attack on me recently has been how I'm just the most disgusting man in the world. I'm unattractive and no woman will ever have me. Oh my God, oh my heavens, whatever will I do? God, that is the worst thing that's ever been said to me. And I was kind of joking about that a little bit. And I also pointed out that it seems like the ladies kind of like me, because I pointed out the extreme high percentage of women viewers that visit this channel. And that's at 30%. And I'm going to put it on the fucking screen to prove that to you. And if you look down, I included Canada in there too. You see the United States and Canada. One reason is to prove that's coming from my channel, because I do have a lot of Canadian viewers, but also to say thank you to those Canadian viewers. Yes, 30%. And that is an astronomically high number for almost any fucking YouTube channel out there, period. Well, I mean, there's certain genres where that would be like flipped completely on its fucking head in the other direction, of course. And that's kind of the thing we were joking about yesterday. And ladies, my God, you came out in numbers yesterday, not only to make this old trucker's day. I mean, God, that felt nice. Oh my God, I usually just lay here in my truck all by myself, questioning all my life decisions, wondering where I went wrong, wondering about what I could have done different. And yesterday, by the end of the day, I had basically somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 new wives and girlfriends. And look, I can handle it. Just give me a little bit of time, ladies, to get my finances up. I'm going to have to buy us a big enough house for all of us to be there. But you know what? I'll do it for my country. I got you. Don't worry about it. But besides it obviously making me feel good because I'm human, human, and everybody likes that kind of attention, right? Of course we do. We're people, and we're all kind of starved for attention these days because we all live on the internet and we rarely go out and do things anymore because we can't fucking afford it. And I wish there was a way for me to respond to every bit of that positive, nice feeling, all the chemicals that got to fire off in my brain yesterday as we went through that. But the more important part of all of that, oh wait, there's one other important part that I must address before we get to the MAGA dorks, because in my brain I know I cannot leave this part out. I heard a lot of comments yesterday, or read a lot of comments that said, Josh, if I was 20 years younger, you would be in trouble, young man. And I wanted to respond to that, say, well, you got to be 20 years younger. You're beautiful right now. You are aging like a fine wine. Don't ever say that you need to be 20 years younger, all right? If any man thinks that of you, he don't know anything about you anyways, and you don't want to deal with that motherfucker, all right? To get back to the point, though, what you guys did yesterday, what you ladies did yesterday, if the MAGA dorks were scrolling through my comments like they are prone to do, looking for more and more reasons to hate me and try to bring me down so I feel as miserable as they do, your responses yesterday, at very least, broke the fucking spirits of those MAGA dorks as they read through it and went, what? This guy's a little liberal queer. He's probably got a liberal arts degree. Look at his ponytail. What are these? I'm very masculine, god damn it. And you probably shattered their worldviews a little bit as they were reading through all of those things. And look, that is a thing that needs to fucking happen, all right? So as much as I want to make this whole video where I just sit here and I flirt with you lovely ladies through the entire video, because that sounds like a good fucking video to me, there's a much more important thing that we need to evaluate with this, and that is that the MAGA movement is this like shallow fucking brain dead echo chamber of douchebags that think they understand the world around them, and they just sit around repeating the same bullshit to their bros over and over and over again. And they are fully convinced they are God's gift to women, the manliest of the manly men out there. And the fact of the matter is they're fucking not, right? And through that comment section yesterday, it was important that hopefully, I mean, I'm sure you made a bunch of them sad, but hopefully you made at least a few of them think about why this could have possibly happened. And it has nothing to do with me being like above average attractiveness or anything like that. I'm probably around average intelligence at best, right? I'm very charismatic though. I mean, I gotta give myself some credit for some fucking things around here, right? But what am I trying to say? Oh, and look, by like any kind of metric you would look at, I'm not like an amazing person, but I live by a pretty simple principle in my life, and that is that all people are humans. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. That's it, right? It doesn't matter your race or your gender or any of those things. I believe that everybody is a fucking person. And that is a thing that the MAGA movement very, very much struggles with. And the reason is because they're a bunch of underachieving dorks that don't want to try too hard in life. So instead of trying hard in life, they try to hold everybody else under their thumb, hold them down, so that by comparison, they still look really fucking good, right? And that is the whole thing. Like I have said before, you know, I'm a father to daughters, right? I 100% am. And for me, it doesn't make sense for me to raise a daughter to become the property of some, like, mentally unstable, that's the wrong way to say that. I probably didn't mean to go in that direction. What I'm looking for is like immature, right? Like an emotionally immature dude that can't get his shit together. And there's no way in hell that I'm raising my daughters to become the property of people like that, right? That are going to refer to my very intelligent daughters as DEI hires for getting a good job, for accusing them of sleeping their way to the top because they got a good job. Bullshit like that fragile, insecure men come up with to make their fucking points. So the reason that like there was that outpouring yesterday was because I treat humans like fucking humans. That's it. That's the whole fucking answer to that thing. But I'm trying to collect my thoughts because I had more on that, obviously. But I would hope that a lot of MAGA dorks read that yesterday and honestly took a step back to evaluate what was being said and why it was being said, which is hoping for a lot, because they don't really take a lot of steps back and evaluate what is going on. They are convinced that they are right. They are convinced that everybody else is the fucking problem. And you got to think about that too. You know, when it comes to like this dating scene, there is a reason that women are actively refusing to date MAGA men right now, and it is a widespread fucking thing. This is a huge movement of women saying, I can't do that, and then dudes do some stupid shit like, yeah, well, it's just a difference of political opinion. Why are you acting like this? But the political opinion is that women don't deserve rights in this country. That's the political opinion, and I get sick to fucking death of hearing people try to like justify the bullshit that comes out of their fucking mouths, right? Like abortion is a complicated topic. Unless you're minding your fucking business, then it's actually not that complicated. If you go on about your day and leave people the fuck alone that you have no business fucking with, life is actually super fucking simple. I mean, it's not simple, but it's real straightforward. I had no business fucking with that other person. Why would I do that, right? And I get sick to death of hearing that bullshit too, right? Well, if she wouldn't have been being a whore, then she wouldn't be out there getting pregnant and needing fucking abortions. Yet you're the one on the fucking internet crying that women won't date you. Do you not understand how these two fucking things work together? And of course they don't. Because the MAGA movement, my friends, you guys remember it wasn't that long ago when a dude sat there next to his wife. I don't remember this couple. They were a MAGA dork couple. Young though, very young, very fucking misguided. But the young dude said that it is his view that having sex with a woman is gay. Huh? What are you talking about? That doesn't make a bit of sense. And it was something along the lines of, if you're not having sex with a woman for the purpose of reproduction, then you might as well just be having sex with a dude. His poor wife, my God, she probably also believes that the female orgasm is a myth. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And they actually try to convince you that this shit is fucking real. Yes, having sex with women as a man is gay. And who cares? Who cares what's gay and what's not gay? It goes back to mind your fucking business. Quit fucking with people, right? But yes, that it's not a difference of political views. It is treating an entire gender like they're not as much of a human and do not have as much value as you do. And this isn't about like simping for the ladies or kissing their ass or anything like that. It is the very straightforward premise of they are people too. Why the fuck are we struggling with that so hard, right? I mean, my God. I don't understand why that's such a hard concept to fucking grasp, is the point that I'm trying to make. So the point I'm trying to get to with this video, I'm obviously struggling to get to the end and say all the things I want to say here because y'all got me distracted with all that shit from yesterday. How am I supposed to think straight now? This is your fault. I'm kidding. But anyways, this has been going on for at least a year now, right? We know when everybody was running around with their Trump hats on. Yeah, fuck yeah, Trump that bitch. And all, well, longer than a year if you're going back to Trump that bitch. That's a long time ago at this point. But this thing roughly about a year ago where the internet lit up with all these stories about how women are refusing to date Trump supporters. The MAGA dorks had to go make their own dating apps, which turned into a fucking sausage party because no women were showing up there, which was very interesting. But here we are a year fucking later, and instead of doing anything, instead of doing any kind of self-reflection, going, okay, maybe I shouldn't treat other people, including women, like second-class citizens. Maybe I shouldn't spend all of my time talking to me about how masculine I am and all, talking to my bros about all that bullshit. Maybe I should get out of this circle jerk of Andrew Tate bullshit and realize that Andrew Tate's just a salesman. He's just trying to sell you things, and nobody's life has ever been improved by buying Andrew Tate products. It just hasn't happened. Nothing has gotten better for that person. And what I hope we got from yesterday was that a bunch of MAGA dorks that think they're better than me for some reason, they're more masculine than me, they're bigger and they're stronger and they're just more scary and intimidating, and they're fucking warriors, goddammit. Hopefully they step back from their little worldview, their very shallow worldview, and thought for a little while why that actually happened, why that could possibly happen. And I don't remember what I mentioned earlier in this video because I've been struggling to get through this video. I don't know why, but it had nothing to do with anything besides I believe that like humans are human beings, and that's the whole fucking thing, right? And you have to think, guys out there, like, ladies, would you want to take care of a full-grown fucking toddler that does nothing but blame everyone else for the problems that he has going on in his life? Like, you ask him about how his day was at work, and he's like, well, you're talking about some black lady that got promoted, and he starts calling her all kinds of names, like, she slept her way to the top, or she's a DEI hire, or all that, or he didn't get the job that he wanted, so he finds the closest Mexican to blame for that happening. And you realize these are not traits of these strong men that they claim themselves to be. You don't have time to sit around and blame everyone else for your fucking problems. You figure out what the fuck you need to do. That's how this works, right? And we all get knocked on our asses sometimes. Hell, I've been there plenty of times. I've got my dick knocked in the dirt by life fucking at least 1,000,000 times at this point. That's kind of the way it works. But if you can't tell, I still got some fight in me. I just get up and go back and do my goddamn thing and hope for the best is what's going on. But when you've got this emotionally stunted group of men that believe women are property, believe they don't deserve rights, and sit around listening to their bros about like what women like, what the fuck are you doing? I have a rule that I've gone by since I was like 17 years old. And that is when it comes to like what women like, I always listen to women. I know that sounds fucking crazy, but if you listen to your like bro friends, they'll have you stand around somewhere like getting you ready to go out to the club, and they'll have your fucking head shaved, they'll have you clean shaven, baby face looking boy, they'll have you wearing a shirt that says fucking tap out across the front of it, you'll be wearing some cargo shorts, yeah, and then those little, I don't know, flip-flop shoes, whatever they are that all the bros wear. And you'd be like, yeah, you're gonna kill the ladies tonight, and those two dorks go home together at the end of the night without any female attention whatsoever. The point is, if you're curious about like what women like, and they're all individual people, like this is going to be a long training course on this class in this channel, I think, where we have to have individual classes, but each woman is an independent person with her own thoughts and feelings and likes and dislikes and emotions. But as a general statement, if you listen to women, they'll tell you what they like. They speak in the same fucking words that we do, you fucking dummies. That's the point I'm trying to make with that. But the ultimate point of all of this, thank you everybody for, it means a lot to an old trucker. You made me feel good yesterday, of course. Thank you for all of that. But also the women have a lot of power when it comes to like fascism and shit like that. Like the women are extremely powerful versus the patriarchy. There is a number of things you can do to stand in their way, and I know you're all aware of this, but like the not dating, not marrying, not fucking, all of that stuff is extremely powerful. And then you can get into like, you know, the other stuff that women do on a day-to-day basis, that they just go, you know what, fuck it, you're on your own, figure this shit out. And eventually these dorks will come crawling back, and maybe hopefully by then they'll have gotten their shit together and stopped acting like complete douchebags. We can only hope. But hey, ladies, you did good yesterday, and you came out swinging, and I think honestly you proved a massive point just in this comment section about what it is to just be a human being, to like treat other people like they're humans also. And that's the point of the entire fucking video. I guess I got to get back to work. Love you guys. Bye now.